Singer-songwriter Maggie Szabo is making her own tidal waves, developing her music here in Los Angeles. She has also grown a strong online following for her music videos. We sat down with Maggie to talk about her background, musical style, and inspiring personal journey to develop her talents and pursue her dreams.
My first memories of me knowing I wanted to go into music was probably when I was 3 years old. I knew I loved to sing, and even at that age I was getting up in front of company that my parents would have over, and I would just love to perform in front of an audience. And ever since then, it's just music is something I've loved, and I've tried to learn as much as I could about it and really make my own music and get better at performing and writing. So it's been a thing I've always done.
Maggie is originally from Canada. She came to the U.S. after graduating high school to develop and grow as a musician and share her voice with the world.
I grew up in a really small town called Dundas in Ontario, Canada. It's small, I mean like 25,000 people, so it was a good size. It was a great place to grow up. Definitely a lot different than living in LA. But I'm glad, I'm thankful I grew up in a small town like that, because I think you kind of learn different values that you wouldn't otherwise.
Maggie has developed her own unique style of singing from studying music in Nashville, Tennessee for a year and a half before moving to Los Angeles. She discussed her musical influences and how she found her voice.
I say soulful pop just because it is, I feel like it does have that pop influence, but I feel like it's soulful as well. And just because growing up, that's the kind of music I listen to, and I think it kind of shows in my music. Eva Cassidy is one of my favorite vocalists and artists that I grew up listening to, and a lot of jazz artists, because I was in a jazz band growing up too, like Etta James and Ella Fitzgerald, a lot of those people, and Carole King is one of my favorites just because I really look up to her as a songwriter and as an artist. So really great writers, soulful writers and songwriters and singers.
I'm so sick of writing songs about you, overanalyzing everything you do, keep obsessing about the things we go through.
Maggie says that as a songwriter, she sings from her heart, putting her own personal experiences into her music.
All of my songs usually do come from a true story that I went through. It's a lot about relationships and love and heartbreak and falling in love and just kind of all of that what goes on, because I think love is the one thing that it's a huge thing everyone can relate to, and we all experience it, and we love being in love, and it hurts so much when we fall out of love, and I think it's probably my main inspiration and what drives me to write my songs. I wrote that song a couple months after I moved here, and moving here from a small town in Canada by myself, I didn't know anyone. It was tough and it was scary and it was kind of crazy, but I still loved it here. But Tidal Waves, that's where that inspiration came from, just because the song really is about believing in yourself and being strong and knowing who you are and overcoming obstacles and knowing that you can get through it. So I wrote that song from that place, like even just almost a message to myself, like just keep going.
And she discusses the process of writing her music and her own thoughts on personal musical expression.
There's no other better feeling that I get from like writing and that whole process of sitting down and writing a song, which is so hard and frustrating sometimes. But then out of those 100 songs, if one gem does pop up, like one good song that you feel really strongly about, the process of going in the studio and recording that and seeing that come to life, it's just, I'm in love with the writing and the making the music, and then at the end sharing it with people. just honesty. I don't want to hold back anything. I don't want to put on this facade that things are perfect and like everything's great and beautiful. It's like, this is honest and like this is real, and we all go through really crappy stuff sometimes, and I think there's a beauty in that, whereas when you hear someone else really just come forward with that, it's like you can feel that and you can relate to it. And I think it allows people to know that we're kind of all in this together. So I want people to hear my songs and kind of feel that and relate to them. A lot of great music is derived from heartbreak and loneliness and bad things sometimes, which is a horrible thing, but it's at least something good comes out of it. And I think when we are low as an artist or as a writer, those low times, music helps get you through that. And I think that's when people do go through that, it's the one thing that saves them, and then they have this beautiful piece of music to share with people.
And Maggie shared her hopes for the future and her music.
My goal is really just to keep building on my music. I would love to tour. I would just really love to reach more people with my songs. I'm right now recording an EP with a couple producers here, and I'm so excited about it. So my plan is to release that, try and get some action happening with that, and just promote it, keep writing, playing shows, and really just building up myself as an artist.
Tidal waves, hurricanes, come my way. No, they won't knock me down. They will not make me
You can find out more about Maggie and her upcoming performances at allaboutmaggie.com. Chris Collora reporting.